The Dien Bien Phu victory on May 7, 1954 was Vietnam's biggest victory in the resistance war from 1945 to 1954. The victory manifested Vietnamese military intelligence, of which General Vo Nguyen Giap changing from strategy of fast strike, fast victory to steady attack, steady advance was a decisive factor.
65 years have passed, but memories of the battle are still looming in the mind of Colonel Nguyễn Bội Dông, who was then Military Secretary of Major General Hoàng Văn Thái, Chief of Staff of Dien Bien Phu campaign. On January 23, 1954, Dông and others led by General Vo Nguyen Giap surveyed the battlefield prior to the attack scheduled to take place 2 days later. Perceiving many unfavorable conditions, General Giap promptly shifted strategy from fast strike, fast victory to steady attack, steady advance.
At that time, Major General Hoàng Văn Thái and I surveyed the battlefield. We saw that if we continued the attack as planned, we would waste our artillery. General Giap was always on the lookout for the problems. He said we would switch strategy and tactics.
In combat, all information is sensitive. To avoid information from being leaked, General Giap wrote a letter to President Ho Chi Minh. The letter was sent to President Ho Chi Minh not by post, but carried by officer Nguyễn Công Dinh.
That night, General Giap wrote a letter to Uncle Ho to inform him of the outcomes of the meeting on the new tactic. My duty was to bring the letter to Uncle Ho. It took me 1 day and 2 nights to fulfill the task. For me, it was a very tough and important mission.
General Vo Nguyen Giap's strategic rethink played a decisive factor to the glorious victory of Dien Bien Phu. To reach the final decision, the general of tossed and turned march set in. General Giap's scrutiny illustrates his acuity and versatility. He had an extraordinary ability to listen and to absorb any information forecasting an unexpected challenge. The general's wish of strategy and tactics contributed to the world-shaking victory in 1954.